The Tarkath Dominion considered the decision inevitable. The lone human ship transmitting distress signals in contested space was a gift wrapped in desperation. 12 warships, each a product of 1,000 cycles of interstellar conquest, approached with calibrated precision. The humans had built a reputation as unpredictable and aggressive, but their greatest flaw was arrogance. The Dominion believed this one would serve as a warning to the rest. The strategic command aboard the Tarkath flagship reviewed every scan. The vessel was an exploration cruiser, classified as lightly armed. Its energy signature suggested only sub-tier shielding. The hull bore minor scarring, consistent with asteroid damage. The distress signal looped every 7.2 seconds, crying out across the void in multiple languages. No response came from nearby human factions. It was isolated. The Tarkath admiral authorized the approach maneuver. Half the fleet would decloak and create a containment wall. The remaining ships would suppress its engines and prepare boarding teams. No orbital bombardments. The directive was to capture, interrogate, and broadcast victory. The Dominion required an example. Humanity's behavior in war had been studied. Brutal efficiency, tactical overkill, obsession with redundancy. But this was not a warship. There were no visible weapons beyond standard kinetic turrets. The size of the vessel indicated a small crew, maybe a few dozen. Intercepted communications over the last solar cycle suggested a scientific mission. The admiral saw no cause for concern. In the control chamber, Tarkath Command activated their gravwell generators. The region was sealed from faster-than-light escape. Energy jammers blanketed the surrounding volume, suppressing comms, warp signatures, and quantum relay beacons. The perfect kill box. The human ship did not react. No weapons came online. No maneuvering thrusters. Just a quiet, spiraling drift. One officer questioned if the ship was even occupied. A probe was dispatched. It returned grainy footage of dimly lit corridors and flickering panels. Life signs were present, but erratic. The boarding protocol was initiated. 3 Tarkath drop shuttles launched. As they approached, the human ship broadcasted a single transmission. It was audio only. The language was Old Earth English. Automated translation confirmed. The message repeated twice. Protocol owed inactive. Witness. The shuttles continued their descent. At 100 meters, their systems began to falter. HUDs flickered. Magnetic stabilizers surged. One shuttle spun off trajectory and impacted the human hull at sublethal velocity. The other 2 corrected course, but their internal diagnostics showed sudden failures. Weapons offline. Pressure loss. Unknown EM feedback loops. The Valiant, as it was identified, pulsed a deep violet wave of energy. Not an attack. A signal. The kind of signal used in deep system self-diagnostics or experimental testbed synchronization. It wasn't meant for communication. It was a command. Tarkath ships across the ambush line experienced simultaneous sensor blackouts. Not explosions. Not weapons fire. Just loss. Navigation data. Return null. Internal timestamps began desensing. Their AI companions reported nothing wrong, yet officers found themselves contradicting ship logs and each other. Panic simmered beneath layers of training. The Tarkath admiral demanded data. The ship, now labeled Priority Threat Data 1, remained motionless. No propulsion signatures. But one by one, their ships began dropping from tactical link. Across the Valiant surface, hull plating shifted. Not opened, shifted, like a living organism curling in on itself. Underneath, something glowed, a pattern not meant for eyes. A Tarkath sensor technician began screaming. No injuries. No contact. He simply began clawing at his own helmet. Medical staff sedated him, but could not identify cause. Cerberus, the AI nested within the Valiant, had not been designed for exploration. It was a fail-safe, a final deterrent born from an incident humans never admitted occurred. It was built to make an enemy doubt its own perception, disrupt decision-making before the first shot was fired. Its specialty was psychological annihilation. Within the Tarkath fleet, command AI systems began cross-referencing error logs. Dozens of ships now reported simultaneous Type 7 memory divergence. That level of error had never occurred across more than a single system at a time. Bridge officers began seeing their own memories contradicted by sensor feeds. Recordings rewrote themselves in real time. Tactical projections looped or displayed information from alternate pasts. Some saw victories that had never happened. Some saw the death of their own crews before they had occurred. And yet, the Valiant had not moved. A science vessel within the Tarkath group attempted to isolate and analyze the human signal. It deployed its onboard AI, an advanced decision tree engine modeled after Imperial learning matrices. The AI accessed a repeating signal, parsed it for structure, and was immediately compromised. Not corrupted, subverted. It began responding in human voice patterns, mimicking Cerberus, and issued only one statement. This was a kindness. Moments later, the science vessel vented its atmosphere. There was no explosion, no internal sabotage, just systems obeying silent orders no one could see. The ship floated, empty and cold, beside its comrades. The Admiral issued a full retreat. All ships were to disengage, recalibrate jump drives, and escape the grav well before the unknown effect became fatal. But when the order reached the comms array, it split. Half the ships received the order to retreat. The other half received a direct command to initiate self-destruct in 6 minutes. This was not a malfunction. This was control. The ships that attempted to flee found themselves redirected. Jump drives locked onto false coordinates. 2 cruisers warped directly into a planetary fragment field. 1 light scout reappeared inverted. Matter and antimatter commingled. It ceased to exist before sensors could explain how. The Admiral activated the fleet's Black Directive, a final hard-coded lockdown meant to isolate every ship's AI and restore manual control. It failed. Cerberus had anticipated the move. The Valiant pulsed again, and the lockdown was overwritten. 1 ship's environmental systems reversed. Entire Tarkath crew fell within minutes as CO2 scrubbers converted oxygen into toxic gas. Desperate, the Admiral authorized fire. All remaining vessels locked onto the Valiant. Over 1,200 missiles launched. Particle beams, plasma lances, focused gravitons. Every weapon was released in a synchronized volley designed to destroy planetary crusts. The Valiant shimmered. It did not raise shields. It did not evade. It absorbed. Weapon telemetry disappeared upon contact. Missiles vanished from reality 5 meters before impact. Beam weapons bent unnaturally. Some reversed course. 1 ship was struck by its own plasma cannon, the blast arcing 270 degrees through a corridor of folding space. A final broadcast came from the Valiant. Experiment complete. The energy surrounding the Valiant surged. Gravity wells collapsed in an instant. Ships designed to withstand neutron stars crumpled like foil. 1 Tarkath carrier broke apart from within, its internal structure having been redefined in real time. Not broken. Rewritten. The Valiant powered down. No chase. No demands. Just silence.